Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, I'll fight. Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything.
All right, welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. I am your host, Franco Zavala, episode 93. Thank you very much for joining me. Like always, before I go any further, if you have not, please like, subscribe, share to all platforms: YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, TikTok, Anchor. Leave a comment, questions, concerns. If you have any ideas, I'm open to it. Man, this is just, one of the hardest things about starting a podcast and one of the hardest things about delivering information is that sometimes, and more often than not, people think that you can run out of things to talk about. But what I find is that I have so much I want to talk about that sometimes it can get cluttered in my mind a little bit on how I want to deliver the information, because at the end of the day, guys, my objective will always be to deliver the best information that I can for you today, or when you listen to this episode, so that you find real benefit and that helps you through your journey. And I have so many different subjects that I want to talk about. I have so many different things that I want to hit on, things that I haven't even discussed yet, from addiction to your negative self-talk and how you view your value and worth within the home. I mean, there's so many different ways and angles on how you can attack that that way of, there's just so many different ways you can address those different issues. So many different forks in the road, because we all are on a very similar journey, but we all are coming from a different background, and we all have our hang-ups, and we all are going through we're all dealing with our own demons, and I find that it's better if you start at the end. If you start at the end, it will help you reverse engineer exactly what kind of path that you want to take. It will help you build momentum, especially in the times where we fucking need momentum because we feel stagnant and stuck, and we feel like we're not gaining any headway with the kids or with your partner. The negative Nancy's, the poisonous bio dads they're fucking getting under your skin. And if you start at the end, it will help you navigate your way through all the obstacles that will inevitably come your way. And what I mean, I guess, what I mean by start at the end, guys, is it's the hardest, it's the hardest, easiest thing you can do. Meaning you have to have a clear vision on where you want to go. Like, what type of stepdad do you want to be? Ask yourself that question. Did you grow up with a stepdad? Did you grow up with a dad who was not present? What type of man do you want to be? What type of leader do you want to be? How do you envision your family, let's say 10 years from today? If I were to ask you to close your eyes and visualize what your family looks like, what your scenario currently is and what it could be 10 years from now, can you close your eyes? Can you block out all the noise, especially the noise that's going to be coming from your judgmental side, right? This little voice in the back of your head. Block everything out. Can you get a clear picture of how you want your family to look, how you want your relationships to look, how you want your life to be, the type of man that you want to be? Because only when you do that can you truly understand all the things that you're going to need in order to get to that image, that picture, like that optimism that we all have when we come into this family. Like, we're going to rock it, we're going to kill it, and people are going to love us, and everybody's going to thank us, and etc. It's great. Optimism is awesome, and the energy is awesome in the beginning. But then when shit hits the fan, if you're not mentally prepared, you'll find yourself gasping for air. Because you will be drowning in a sea of negativity. And chances are I'm not saying you're not going to get outside negativity, because it's definitely on its way if it's not already there, if you're not already in the shit of it. But chances are that most of that negativity is going to be your inner thoughts and your inner thinking and how you view yourself as a man, as a person. I mean, can you let go of the piece of shit that you were before you walked into that family? Can you let go of the things that you used to do before you walked into that family? Can you let go of the man that you used to be before you came in to the blended family? Can you let go of all that? Can you identify it? Can you be honest with yourself? And then can you move on? And shit, when I say it, it sounds easy, right? It sounds like, yeah, can you let go? And everybody's optimism will be like, yes, I can fucking let go, because I'm there. I want to be there. I want to be there for them. I love my partner, and I want to be the very best role model I can be. And again, optimism can be poisonous, because the optimism that we have without a clear vision of where we want to go will only get diluted by the negativity and obstacles that are going to fall out of thin air and smack us in the fucking face. You have to have a clear picture, because when you have a clear picture, when times get rough, when things aren't going right, you can close your eyes and know where you're going. Nobody said that this was going to be an easy road. Nobody said that the challenges weren't going to be so overwhelming at times that you want to fucking run. Nobody said that. But what nobody also says about the journey and the challenges of being a stepdad is there are plenty of us who have the desire to succeed, have the will to be the best. But because we cannot let go of that inner dialogue, we are unable to fully progress. And then again, we find ourselves in quicksand. We find ourselves stagnant, like we find ourselves not moving. And a lot of that will always lead back to what I tell you guys, right? Which is you need to be doing the self-work. You need to be working on yourself. You're going to have more bad days than you're going to have good days. Can you think yourself out of a negative situation? Because you will need it to get where you want to go. So when I say start at the end, I mean visualize. Visualize where you want everything to be. Shit, write it down. Write it down in a clear, picture. Like if I was to tell a 7-year-old or a 6-year-old to draw a picture of, their favorite animal doing their favorite hobby, the images that would be in their head would be so clear that they could easily describe it to us. And that's how we have to see our future. That's how we have to see our end. That's how we have to see the winning point, the standing on the pedestal, the holding up the trophy, the loving, the love and admiration that we'll get from others. We have to be able to envision that. So that's the only way that we can reverse engineer everything back to where we currently are right now. Because there are a lot of us. There are a lot of us that don't fully understand what it means to start at the end. And we are 3 or 4 years in, but we've never done the necessary things that I tell you to do, which is the me, us, and them. And discouragement can set in because you have to fucking start over. Don't just be present for your blended family. Don't just be the guy there that is, that you're filling some sort of a fucking position. Don't be that. Be someone that wants to affect real change, not only within their circle of influence in their family, but be someone that wants to affect real change with everyone that comes in contact with you. Be someone that wants to change who you were. Be someone that wants to change the way you think and the way you talk and your nonverbal communication and so on and so forth. Have a great intention, have a clear vision, and then begin to fucking work, right? Reverse engineer it backwards. And when I say reverse engineer backwards, and I say go from the start at the end before you can go to the beginning, is because the roadmap that you will have to lay out for yourself is going to have to be so detailed. It has to be so detailed and so time. The management of time and the amount of effort that you put into bettering yourself can only benefit you 10 years down the road. And I'm using 10 as an arbitrary number. It could be any number for you. But that will be the only way that your blueprint will make sense to you, right? And for a lot of stepdads, they have this optimism. They have these desires, goals, and dreams of what they want their family to be. And the optimism is just making it look pretty and shiny and bright. But the blueprint to get there is so unorganized and all over the place that getting to that optimistic image will be so much harder without understanding that the only way to get here is to visually see it and then reverse engineer it backwards and to put down how much work it's going to take. And that doesn't mean jumping all in on the kids or jumping all in on your partner. It means starting with you. I've said this so many times, and there are so many of you stepdads that are listening to what I'm saying and you fucking don't fully get it yet. And I cannot stress it anymore. You can't read one book, right? You can't read one book and fucking be like, now I got How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. I've got it. I only need it once and I'm ready to go. You need to read it and then reread it and then reread it again and then read it again. Why do you think I listen to the same videos and the same podcasts all the time? Why do you think I am obsessed with reading the same book at least 10 times each book? I'm obsessed with it because I know I'm going to catch something new. I know it. I know I'm going to catch something new. And I'm smart enough to understand that when I have that aha moment, but I've properly trained my mind correctly, that aha moment can turn into something that will be beneficial for me in my journey. So you have to start at the end with this visualization, reverse engineer your way backwards to the point of where you are right now and fully understand that it's going to take a shit ton of work to get there, but you're okay because you have a vision. You know you're at the start. Now it's time to lay out the game plan, right? Lay out the roadmap. That is your 6 daily activities. That is your 3, 6, 9 month benchmarks that you want to hit, like where you want to be with the kids, where you want to be with your partner, where you want to be with yourself, where you want to be with your mental health, where you want to be with your physical health, like all these. And then you have to begin the work. It's daily routines and activities over and over and over again, nonstop until it becomes habit. And then when it becomes habit, you start to do things unconsciously that will only better you. So start at the end. Take a piece of paper and write down what you want it to look like. And let's just say 500 words or less. Give me a clear picture of what you want your family to look like, what you want your relationships to look like, and what kind of man you want to be. Give me a clear picture. And from that, I want you to fucking tape that shit up somewhere and know that that's the end game. And that's where you need to get to. And then you're going to reverse engineer that backwards going, okay, so if I wanted this, I got to start reading this book and I got to start doing these things. I got to start changing that about myself. I got to start changing that about the way I talk to people. I got to let go of the way my dad treated me because I'm fucking treating other people like that. You know, I got to let go. This is something for me. I'm going to tell you something about me. I got to let go of the way how my mom handled situations in my house by running away and shutting off. And then I do that to my family, knowing that I want to talk, but knowing my fucking pride is not going to let me. I had to learn to kind of let that go. And I slip back into it every now and then. And again, so it's a never ending revolving door. It just keeps going and going and going and going. When you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. So understanding starting at the end means that you fully understand that you are setting an intention. Set an intention. Break it down personally, spiritually, financially, family. Break it down. Set an intention. And then from that intention, get a clear vision and an image of what you want it to look like. I mean, fucking, like you can, like if I was to tell you to close your eyes right now and I want you to describe your childhood home, you could easily do it. You have to have that type of vision. And then you gotta, like I said, reverse it backwards. Will it take a long time? Yeah, it's gonna take a shit ton of time. Will it require you to give up something of a lesser value in order to obtain something of a greater value? Whether it's an addiction, whether it's porn, whether it's hanging out with your buddies or golfing every weekend. Yeah, again, do you want to get here? Then you have to sacrifice this to get to there. Does it mean that you cannot have fun and that you can't be a man and be an adventurer and being somebody that likes to hunt and and go camping and just do all the stuff that, you know, like my dad taught me when I was a kid. No, that's not what it means. It just means, it means that you have to understand that you already have so many obstacles in front of you because you're a stepdad. You already have everything. You're like, if stepdads were born, you are born with damn near everything against you, other than the optimism that bio mom has about you because she invited you in and introduced you to the kids. It's a big fucking moment, stepdads, when you get introduced to the kids for the first time. It's a big moment. You know it is. Some of you stepdads aren't stepdads yet. Some of you stepdads are still boyfriends, or you're somebody that you're talking to has kids. It's a big fucking moment. It's big when you get introduced. And when you get introduced, you have to remember that when she says, "These are my kids," and she's introducing you to the family, what she's saying is, okay, I'm gonna extend my hand a little bit. I'm gonna throw a little trust at you. I'm gonna see how you handle this. And based on how you do that is how you can progressively move forward. And you need to know that, yes, it's a big moment, but be present in the moment. My best advice that I can give you is, in those moments, just learn to shut up and listen and just communicate and laugh, and don't overdo it, and don't try to solve problems, and don't try to be somebody you're fucking not. Just be you. Always be you, because you are awesome. Are you fucked up? Do you have a lot of problems? Do you have a lot of things that you need to deal with? Yeah, we all do, but it's okay. Acceptance is a great step, and that's how you can move forward. So start at the end. Get a clear vision of where you want to go. And then begin the process and the grunt work and the daily activities and routines in order to get you there. And over time, as you do it, as you do this over and over and over again, and it becomes repetitive, and your family sees you doing it because they see you getting better. Trust me, kids see your effort. You may not know it. You may not think it. You may think that they don't fucking care at all. They will always see effort. Effort. Put in the effort and show that you were willing to become the best you for them. Become the best you for you. And your journey will be a little bit smoother. You have a little bit more wins than you will losses. And it will make the ride much more fun. Trust me, it will, because it will be filled with love and laughter and crying and emotions. It will. So start at the end. All right, guys, this is episode 93 of the Professional Stepdad Show. Once again, if you have not, please like, subscribe, share to YouTube channel. Leave a comment, leave a post, leave whatever you want to leave. I love the Q&A sections of everything that I do. I would love to hear your stories, your thoughts, your ideas, the problems that you're going through, so I can properly give you the very best advice that I can. I even make episodes based on questions that stepdads give me, even stepmom or biomoms and stepmoms. I mean, shit, I get questions from everybody, and I'd like to make episodes about that. So remember, theprofessionalstepdad.com is up. It's running. Join the community. We'd love to have you. Once again, I am so humbled, blessed, grateful for you to listen, for you guys to be listening, for you to be watching, that I'm 93 episodes in. I'm close to 100. We got Scott D. Henry coming up soon for the 100th episode. Cannot wait for you guys to see this and hear it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be just conversations with two stepdads. So it sounds like a TV show. Anyway, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.